the first step to measuring your ROI online is understanding what your CPA is. Okay, your CPA. These acronyms get misused and reused and kind of all the time, but this can mean cost per action, cost per acquisition, or it can also be called cost per conversion. Right? And that is what you pay to get a lead, to sell a product, to get a phone call. It's up to you what it is, what that action is. Okay? For our own company, it's getting a phone call, right? Or submitting a request a quote form on our website. That's our conversion. After that, of course, there's a sales process, and then the sales happen somewhere else. But you need to know what you are willing to pay for that. What are you willing to spend? So that means you need to know what kind of revenue you're going to end up with per conversion. Okay. Next thing is you need to. Well, so the way you calculate this, first of all, is you have a certain traffic spend, right? And you spend on traffic. That could be, maybe you hired someone to do your Facebook. Maybe you're doing pay-per-click. You're doing email marketing. You are attending events like this and giving your business card out with your website on it. Those are all costs. There's a certain cost per visitor. Right? What is your cost per visitor? That's step one of understanding your overall ROI online. Next is, all right, so out of that you got traffic, right? So say you spent $5,000 right here. $5,000, who knows? Maybe it's your pay-per-click spend, right? After that you get traffic. So those are your visitors to your website. That could be, say, 1,000 visitors, right? That means your cost per visitor is $5, right? I gave this example last time I was at the chamber. This was a particular client of ours. Okay? So that right there, that's step one. Okay, now with these 1,000 visitors, what's going to happen? What are you doing with those? What are they doing on your website? Do you know what they're doing? Is anyone, who knows their homepage bounce rate here? Okay, it's like 3%. Who knows how many visits or how many pages someone visits when they come to your website? Does anyone know that? Okay, great. How about the time they spend on your website? Do you know that? Okay. So those are all metrics that matter here, right? And at the end of the day, what you really care about is getting more leads. So what is your conversion rate? Conversion means taking that action, becoming a lead, calling you up, requesting a quote, contacting you, emailing you, whatever it is. So what is your conversion rate? So say, in this case, 2%. 2% is actually not bad for a lead-based business. Depending on what industry you're in, if it's something really expensive, obviously your conversion rate is going to be lower. If it's something very particular that someone would only be on your website if they really needed that product or service, it might be higher. Maybe if you don't have a lot of competitors, it's going to be higher. So your conversion rate. So this is step two, right? We have your cost per visitor, your conversion rate. And then what results is, you have X amount of sales and an average sale amount. Average sale and lifetime customer value. So this is part three, right? These three things are what are going to determine your bottom line at the end of the day. So if you have a conversion rate of 2%, what does that do? That's 20 sales. Okay, so you just spent $5,000 to get 20 sales. Okay, well, what kind of revenue did that bring you? You know, say your product is $200. There you go. So you just lost $1,000. And there's so many clients that come to us, they have no idea what's going on. They've been spending thousands of dollars online. They don't know. They simply don't know. So you've got to understand, you know, what are you spending per visitor? What is your conversion rate? And what are you making out of that? That's really it. So once you know this number, then you know what you can spend per lead. So what your CPA is, what your cost per conversion is. So to get these 20 leads, you know, so per lead, there's a certain cost associated to that.